Hello, beautiful. In my previous video, we talked about Matrix of Destiny, a self-discovery tool that is based on 22 energies. We already built our matrices. We discovered what is archetype and what is the goal of matrix. But today, we will focus on the meaning of the first triplet of energies, so energies from 1 to 7. And of course, I would like to start with a couple of disclaimers. The first one is that this video will be beneficial to those having those archetypes in the major places of matrix. So for example, in your soul arcana is the center of your matrix, in your talent zone, portrait, check-in area, as well as karmic tail, because those areas describe you the most, especially your soul archetype. Second disclaimer is that everything that I say in a positive state of archetype, you can do the opposite meaning to get the negative state. So if I say one archetype in a positive state is generous, then it's automatically assuming that in negative state this archetype is greedy. I'm telling you this because sometimes I will probably forget to say all the negative sides. And the last disclaimer, or I would say advice for you, is that if you want to learn more about certain archetype, please check tarot symbolism. Type into Google major arcana and your number and learn more about it, because I will give you very concise, structured meanings. But of course, if you would like to discover more, I'm applauding you. And why I decided to divide our 22 energies into triplets is because those energies have different life purposes. The first triplet, so energies from 1 to 7, has in central of their life materialistic achievements. It's something that can be visible to them and to others. So it's extremely important for those people to build businesses, to build careers, work on their projects, make meaningful relationships, build families, build houses. So everything that can be touched, something very connected to our physical world. So of course, those archetypes are very down to earth. And we are starting with the arcana number 1. When I say arcana, archetype, or energy, it's the same thing. The first arcana is the magician. It's a person who has all the knowledge, all the capabilities, and gorgeous ideas to implement everything they desire. Those people are great manifestors, and whatever they put their mind to can be achieved. There is literally nothing that can stop them. And I might say that those people are quite rare. If you have first arcana, you're literally gifted. Because in a matrix, first arcana can be found only if you were born on 1st of any month, or if you were born in January, so in your portrait or talent zone. So it's important for you to believe in yourself. But most of the time, those people already know that they are quite confident. They know that maybe they are a little bit better than others, but please be very careful with that. Of course, we will start with the positive traits of arcanas, but we will cover the negative as well. You should understand that you are very creative and that you generate the best ideas. What is important for you is to not sit on those ideas, but go and implement them in real life. You should not be afraid to share your ideas freely with others. It's a blessing if you can help someone with your idea. You shouldn't be greedy and say, no, this is my idea, only I can work on that. You can freely share it so other people can help you. And you can be the leader. These people have great communicating skills, because whatever you believe in, you can share and inspire in other people. That's what makes you a great leader, as I said. At the same time, you should be very careful with your words, because literally whatever you said will come true. And that's why if you are struggling with negative self-talk, You are getting negative life scenarios. These people are selfish, but in a healthy way, because they love themselves. They know that they are the only ones. They are unique, and of course, they prioritize their own happiness. It's great, but of course, remember that sometimes you need to be empathetical and to take into account someone else's desires and ideas as well, because they can help you. Also, try to not be a perfectionism. Your idea should start roots immediately. You should start developing something, and somehow it will always turn out to be successful. Those people are great inventors and developers. They are very innovative, and that's why I said that there are not so many people with these arcanas. Tim Cook and Jeff Bezos are, let's say, very famous examples of this energy. So, of course, starting your own business is a great idea. You will be very driven by your work. You can literally live on your work, meaning that you can work from home, or you can be living very close to your work conditions. Also, these people, knowing their inclusivity, tend to have some luxury goods. They don't want to wear the dress that everyone else is wearing. They want to stand out. Look at Zendaya's dresses. As far as I remember, she also has this first arcana, and oh my god, her dresses, it's art, because these people want everything exclusive. But as for negative aspects of this arcana, you might struggle with implementing your ideas. You are only thinking about something, but you never even start, or you start some project, but you never finish it, or you are talking too much, and your talking can be manipulative. Those people are great sellers. They can come to you and with their words convince you that this is the best shampoo you can ever buy, but in reality it's really not. Please don't do that. Use your powers in better ways. You also shouldn't become arrogant. Don't think that you are the best person in this world just because you have the best ideas, because you will be left alone and no one will praise you. And you also should understand that if you want to achieve something, as I said many times, there are healthy ways to do that and, well, more questionable ones. And you shouldn't neglect the costs of achieving your goals. So choose a longer path, but the one that will give you more sense of fulfillment, because you truly put your effort and you didn't use manipulations. Also, if you are aggressive, then you are more in negative state of this arcana, because you are trying to prove something to someone. You are struggling and you are spending too much energy on this. That can be used better. Second arcana is highest priestess, and it's true femme fatale. It's someone very mysterious. Those people are like water. They're very flexible, they are receiving, and they're very calm. They can be slow to someone because they always do whatever they feel at the moment. They are very artistic, also very creative, and they have incredible senses. So they have the highest possible intuition. The color of this arcana is blue because it's connected to our ajna, the third eye chakra. That's why they are very wise. They have great powers, and they like to solve something. They are the ones who will be watching documentaries and solving just some puzzles because they love to train their brains. It's also very connected to yin energy, so the female energy, but in a passive way. That's why you are receiving. And it's important for you to be in this gracious state. You shouldn't hurry up and prove everyone to love you and somehow earn attention. Your power is staying calm, staying mysterious, and you will be attracting because of that. You will eventually become a magnet. You are introverted, as I said, can be silent compared to others, but in negative state, you can literally become crazy. No one will understand you. You are too away from this reality. You are daydreaming constantly, or you're escaping the reality in those mystery shows or in video games. So again, you should find the balance. These people are very emphatical, and because they can feel so deeply, many people come to you. They want your advice, want your help, or they just want to talk. They want to open up for you because they know that you are accepting and you can also share wise advice with them. It's okay for you to have cycles of life. Sometimes you need to go even quieter. You need to pause your life, because during that period you are receiving some insights and gaining motivation to do something else, and then you have peak of your life when you are implementing all of those ideas or visions that came from your senses. Be attentive to your dreams, because they also can show you something that can come up in reality later. You can also develop some interest to mystical ideas or even to witchcraft, and that's okay because you have abilities to obtain that knowledge. Many people who start practicing some of those ideas, they understand that it's their second nature. It feels like they already knew how to do that. So yeah, I encourage you to go and explore this mysticism. You should be fine with someone not understanding you completely. You are the mystery, and not everyone can solve you, and that's fine. You should be proud of it. You shouldn't be an open book. You shouldn't over-explain yourself. Be patient and know your worth. Now to the negative side. These people might have this desire to always stay young, without considering the cost of it. And again, you shouldn't be doing that. You should pay attention to your sleeping schedule. It's a good idea to implement lunar cycle to your life. And it's also advised to you to consume as little salt as possible, because salt prevents absorbing of water, and water is crucial for you. Whenever you feel down, go to a water source, drink more water and meditate on water. Water is your healing source. Use it. Then you can have too much emotions. These emotions can prevent you from achieving your stable, happy life. You can be hysterical. Please contact then the expert, go to psychologists, talk about all of your emotions and learn how to regulate them. You can be very jealous and you love gossip. Please, you are damaging your own life if you spread gossips and all you do all the time is trying to solve mysteries of someone else's life and finding out what they would do next day. You are wasting your potential on it. In a negative side, you can be too provocative and you will be showing too much. I'm saying that these people can be working in sexual services, let's say this way, and they can show off their naked body. And of course, as I said, in a negative state, you are over-explaining yourself, you become too available, but you can also become too reserved. So those are both negative scenarios. If you are not sharing any of your emotions, another person can't guess what you're thinking. So again, you should find a balance. You should be very careful to whom you trust. But once you trust, please open up. Please let other people find out about your true self. Next archetype is the empress. She is the hostess of her house, of her family, of her career and life. She is a true mother to everyone. And this is the most feminine archetype, but in an active way. If we said that highest priestess It's also feminine archetype, but in a receiving way. Empress is very giving. And what does she give? She gives nurturing, caring, loving attitude towards everyone, including herself. So for this woman, it's quite important to have those social roles as a wife. She will be perfect wife, respecting her husband and knowing how to support him, being wise. And Empress is not someone who is just an extension to the emperor. No, she is quite powerful, but she has gentle power. She can guide people, but not from the state of authority and dictatorship, but from the loving state. This woman is, of course, advised to have kids. She's the one who has enough of wisdom to raise those kids to be great people. And it's not something that is given to everyone, because this is truly a talent and you should embrace your talent. This woman is, of course, very beautiful. She knows how to take care of herself as well. She's the one who is aware of her appearance, of her style. She has a collection of perfumes. She has comfort at her home, and she is a girl's girl. She supports other women. She knows what to do in order to make women happy. But what is important for the Empress is to firstly take care of herself. Remember that you are the most precious gift you have in your life. You should be your number one priority. Only after you give yourself love, you can share it with others. And it's very important for you to develop a good relationship with your mothers. Because if you don't accept your mother, the one who gave your life, the creator of your life, then you are literally not respecting your own femininity. That's a huge red flag that you should fix. But of course, you should be respecting towards other women as well. If you have struggles making friends, especially with women, then it's a negative side. You are the one who can understand and comprehend art. You want all of those exclusive things as well. Your home can be piece of art, but not because you bought every golden furniture that you saw. You combined everything in a nice aesthetic way, and your home is first of all comfort, but comfort with exclusive details, because it's important for the Empress to show her high societal level. And you see, for the Empress, it's very important to have someone to take care of, whether that's her family, kids, husband, and relatives for the husbands, everyone around her, whether that's plants or animals. It can be also her own idea, her business, her project. Like I have YouTube. And it's important to put effort into something, nurture it, and see how it grows. But of course, be very generous with all your resources. Be generous with your love. Empress has her own money. She is a multiplier. Every woman is a multiplier. Please use this power. If you have a providing husband, that's just an additional bonus. But you is a hostess of your life, as I said. You are capable of building your own empire. You're capable of taking care of yourself, firstly. And it's very important to be a responsible adult. Because if we talk about negative state of this energy, you can be childish. You want everyone else to treat you like a princess, but you wouldn't do nothing. You want to please everyone else, but you forget that you can and you should be a ruler. At the same time, you should be careful to not become someone too harsh. You shouldn't control everyone and everything around you. You shouldn't be saying how other people should live their lives and what they should do. Find the balance in your leadership skills. If you are afraid of kids, if you are scared simply of idea to have kids, That's a negative state of third energy. It's okay for you to not have kids eventually. Nothing wrong will happen. But if you are against this idea, if you despise kids or other mothers, well, that is a very negative trait. If you care too much of your appearance, that a negative state. You know, someone who, Cassie from Inferior, who spends 3 hours just getting ready to school, absolutely no. But if you don't care about your appearance, if you don't put effort into looking your best self, that's also a negative state. If you're wondering, what if a man has this third empress energy? How a man can be a woman? You should remember that every person has both feminine and male energies. And these men are very artistic, they are very creative, they are nurturing. Those men know women. They know how to take care of women. They know how to satisfy women's needs, both emotional and physical ones. So they are great partners. They're great fathers. They want kids. They want to spend time with kids. They want to cook. They want to clean the house. They should embrace the best traits they can have from the Empress, but at the same time, they should develop the masculine side. Of course, this man can be too weak, he can be too female-like, and that's a negative side. He should still develop these masculine abilities by firstly embracing his leadership skills and also taking responsibility. If you're a man, you should not be a man-child. You shouldn't be too dependent on this female side of your soul. You shouldn't be too dependent on other women, whether that's your wife, your mother, God forbid, or your, I don't know, female friends or colleagues. You should be your own authority, okay? Moving to the fourth energy, the Emperor again. Empress is our female archetype in its active state, and Emperor, now on the other hand, is our male archetype. And who is a true man? We think of someone who is responsible, who is strong, both physically and mentally, the one who takes responsibility, the one who leads, the one who is very rational, logical, and reliable, the one who can build plans and achieve them, the one who is structured, a man who knows everything that he needs to do in his life, and he can tell you what to do in your life. He loves when everything is on its places. He loves when he creates this peace and order. There is no place for chaos in his life. For Emperor, it's important to build good relationship with father or any other important male figure in your life. But again, a woman can also have Emperor energies. Those women are focused on their careers. They have the strongest willpower you can ever find. She knows her worth. She works for herself. She works on herself. She's always taking lead of her own life, and she has everything put together. She mastered how to become her best self. If you know YouTuber 𝗴𝗂𝘀𝘁, I love her content. She is a great representation of this Emperor energy because she knows how to put yourself together and work on yourself. But if we are talking about negative aspects, this man or woman can be too harsh, evil, I would say, too controlling, manipulative, and too jealous. Please develop the kind soul within yourself. You still have a heart, and you should love others as well as yourself. If you make mistake, please admit it first. Don't be too stubborn. Don't think that you know best. Don't think that you are the man or you are the woman who is in control of your life. It's true, but please acknowledge that you can also fail sometimes. You shouldn't ignore what other people tell you. Even though you are the leader, you should also pay attention to them. Because if people of the kingdom are not satisfied with you, they will leave you, they will betray you, they will burn you alive. I hope you get the point. You should also develop your empathy. Moving towards fifth arcana, the hierophant. It's a well-respected religious figure, and it's also energy of a teacher and a student. These people are constantly in a learning process. There is nothing that can stop them from obtaining new knowledge. They are like simplified version of ChatGPT. They are the ones who knows many different facts from many different topics, just because they are curious and they are open-minded. They are the ones who love to talk, they love public speaking, and they have this power of making their speech very structured and to explain hard things in a simplified language. That's what makes them also great teachers. So firstly, they become curious about something, they learn it, and then it's very important for them to share this knowledge with others. It's important to share their experience. And of course, they're not the smartest guys in the room. No. But it's very important for them to acknowledge that whatever they learned, whatever experience they have gone through, it's valuable already. They should make their own mistakes, they should learn from them, but it's important for them to share that experience with others as well. And don't be afraid that you're not good enough, you know too little, no one can benefit from your ideas. They can. You should mitigate this imposter syndrome and be happy to share when someone wants to learn from you. Of course, if you have negative side, you want to tell everyone how to live without them asking you. If you look on the cards, there are two people underneath who came to Hierophant to ask advice, because they know that Hierophant has lots of knowledge, has lots of practical life experience, and third, this person is very logical and rational, has analytical thinking. He is the one who can give you the truest possible advice you need. For Hierophant, it's quite important to build family and community of mind-like people. If you have this arcana, you also need to have very good relationship with your father. For these people, it's quite important to build a structured life, meaning find your best morning, evening routine, working out routine, and build your own traditions. It can be traditions that you just made up for you or for your family, but of course, pay attention to those long existing traditions from religion point of view or from your family. And if those traditions are speaking to your heart, if you find them valuable, of course, implement them to your life, because that's what will give you energy and happiness. And if we talk about negative side of this archetype, of course, this person thinks that there are two ways, my way or her way. The way I think towards something is the only acceptable way. It was me in my teenagehood. I was the one who was debating constantly with everyone if someone was neglecting my point of view. But thanks God, I realized that that's just unpractical. That's wasting my energy. And you shouldn't be doing that as well. As I said, you should treat your imposter syndrome. You don't need to have this stash of diplomas, certificates, and recommendations to feel that you know enough in some sphere. You should start sharing your knowledge, and you should start saying that you can do that. You already have enough experience. You will manage to find out the solution. If you have this archetype, you need to balance learning something new, being open-minded and receiving other perspectives on the matter, while maintaining these traditions and your already existing practice that you developed with your experience. You should be somewhere in the middle. Sixth arcana, the archetype of flowers. And by the way, this is the most famous arcana that you can find in people's matrices. This is representation of beauty, of art, of harmony, and of course of love and relationship in general. These people have very wide social circle because they know how to build connections, and of course they always exchange in this context with others. They are the ones who are very loving. They can give you the most romantic, unbelievable experience of love. But if they are, of course, in a positive state, you're very much good at organizing things. Because if you think of it, if you organize, arrange something, what do you need? People. You need other people. You need connections. If you need to throw a party, you're the one who knows where to order food, how to order, how to get the best deals, and what people to invite to your party. That's what makes you a good organizer. Also, if you look more in the tarot meaning of lover card, it's about choice. And in your positive state, you can easily make decisions. You know what you want and you always choose what you desire, what you love. But if you are choosing options based on benefits, if you talk to people because you think it's polite, because you think you can get something from those people, but not because you truly love them, not because you are truly interested in them, oh my god, you will eventually become a negative representation of this energy. And people with negative 6 energy are energy vampires. They are the ones who always want to receive love. They are the ones who are easily offended. If you didn't message them, you didn't call them, they think that you don't love them. They are too demanding, not only to others, but to themselves. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be people pleaser. That's a huge red flag for your personality. I have a video on how to stop earning love, and that's something that you should learn how to do. You should maintain your own peace. You should make yourself happy. You should give love to yourself first, and only then you will be able to share this love with others. Also very important if you have 6 archetype to build committed relationship. I said relationship. There is no place for situationships. There is no place for playing like, well, maybe I don't need him to be my boyfriend. We are okay right now. I am chill. Girl, you shouldn't be chill. That's the problem. And of course, there is no such thing as cheating. If you ever cheated, or if you are currently in a position where you're kind of between couple of guys or girls, it's a huge downturn for your energy. You should make a choice and you should make a commitment. Only after that, you can be in your happiest life. And the last energy for today is chariot. Look at this card. It represents movement and constant dynamic. These people are very active. They have lots of energy and they are the one who might have very busy schedules. That's because they have many goals, inner drives, and ambitions. They know where they want to get, what is the final destination in their life. You are very advised to travel, to experience something new, because if you will be stuck in routine, if you will be doing all the time all the same stuff, you will get bored easily and it will lead you to become pathetic. You will lose interest to life. That's why it's very important, this element of novelty in your life. It's very important for those people to move, whether that's physical exercise, traveling, or simply moving from one destination to another. This commuting gives you sense of peace and happiness, especially if you are the one who drives a car. That can calm you down eventually. You're the one who has many goals and ambitions and drives. That's why you always have many plans how to get from point A to point B. And it's very important that you don't only have those ambitions, but you're actually doing something to get there. Because if you don't pedal your bike, you won't get anywhere. It's very important for you to take actions, but believe me, you have more than enough energy to do that if you're in a positive state. Also, these people are very driven by competition, because if they see that someone else is also moving in the same direction as them, they want to move faster, they want to push themselves more. And that's great if you use competition as your inner drive to never stop, never doubt yourself, always work more to get something quicker, or to get to some better destination. You also have lots of courage, and you are daring characters. You are not cute, beautiful people as someone from 6 energy, but you are warriors. Look at this chariot. This is a man that you don't want to cross a road for. This is someone who is very determined, and they want you to be in their life if you can contribute to their success, if you can help them achieve their goals, if you can support them, and if they can be leader to you. But if you live in a negative side of this archetype, you are lazy and you're passive. You are not moving in any way. No exercise, no traveling, no progressing towards your goals, because you don't have goals. You lost your passion, and that's eventually can lead to depression. But at the same time, you should remember the cost of you getting to your final destination. You can achieve something very quickly, but you can burn out. You need to find balance between all your passions and between your also, routine chores. You should respect competition. You shouldn't cheat. You shouldn't, walk over other people's heads, because that's not gonna give you a sense of fulfillment. Don't perceive everyone in your life as your competitor. You shouldn't be striving to be the best or the fastest, someone who is somewhere ahead on the horizon. You should be using it to your own benefit, but within a certain range. Because if you see everyone else as a competitor, you have very tough life. You can't trust no one. You can't relax. You can say, okay, now I need a break to rest, because you think that your competitor will beat you off eventually. And that's a very concerning and anxious way of living. And of course, in order to achieve your final destination, you need to be patient. You need to be patient, but remember that you can get there even if you go slowly. It's important to show off. It's important to stay consistent rather than trying to achieve everything at the same time and then fail at everything. Yes, your entire life will be setting goals, learning how to achieve them in a healthy way that brings you excitement rather than exhaustion, and then achieving them and setting new goals. And that's the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, leave me in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. And I believe that you obtain certain insights to your personality. It's very important if you notice some of the shadow, dark sides of archetypes, and if you saw something within you, that should become your priority, something that you can change about yourself in order to receive happier life in a positive state of that archetype. So if you would like to share some of your insights, I will be also very happy about it. See you in my next video. Ciao!